Jesse here, Head Performance Coach at HSC CoWorks. So for most of our HSC 2022 students, you will have finished trials by now. We do have some students that still have a week to go of trials. However, for those that have finished, you've now entered the period which is famously known as the post-trial slump. During this period, which happens each and every year, you're going to feel less motivation. You're going to be over it. You just want to be at schoolies. You're done. And in this video, I'm going to talk to you about why we need to keep climbing, how to stay motivated and focused to continue your climb to the top of Mount HSC, and what kind of tasks you can be working on post-trials to maintain the momentum. Okay, so first of all, why do we need to keep climbing? So the obvious idea here is that there's 50% of your marks are still up for grabs. The job is not done yet, despite feeling that you're over it and you've had enough of the whole process. You started school around 4,500 days ago as a kindergarten student. We now have 50 days left, or 54, depending on when you're watching this video. But when I'm recording it, it's 54 days. So as a percentage of your total time at school, these 50 days, with 50% of your marks still up for grabs, we must keep going. But I do understand that you're going to feel like you need a break and an adjustment in the style of study that you have been doing pre-trials that will allow you to continue moving forward. In terms of how do we stay motivated to keep working when we don't want to do any work? It's also worth noting, with regard to staying motivated, that there are going to be a lot of competing agendas for your time over the next couple of months with graduation, and there'll be a couple of weeks leading into graduation, which is really exciting. That'll be even harder to study and work during that period. There'll be a lot of 18th birthday parties coming up, and you'll want to socialize and hang out with your mates. But we still need to stay very focused around what is at the top of the mountain. Why are we climbing the mountain? What was the original goal that we set out to achieve when we started climbing? So those ideas, they are the energy source that will keep you working, keep you in the game. And if you can stay in the game over this period, when you don't want to work in the post-trial slump, then by the time we get post-graduation, that will be around 3 weeks until your final HSC exams begin, you'll be able to move straight into the appropriate tasks. So the key idea in staying motivated, reducing distraction, reducing procrastination is to get your goals in front of you every single day. If you haven't got a vision board up yet, this is a non-negotiable from my perspective if you really want to finish the HSC with no regrets and keep pushing all the way to the finish line. So get your vision board up. If you're not sure about your goals, or you're unsure and you're really lacking motivation, definitely book a call with me. I do lots of calls with students and talk to them around getting them excited around what's awaiting them at the top of the mountain. And if we're excited around what's at the top of the mountain, we will keep climbing. If we're not excited and we're not clear at what's at the top of the mountain, well, why would we do any climbing or study or work? Okay, so what are the tasks that we need to be working on in this immediate post-trials period? So you've built up an amazing amount of momentum. Your brain is fired and wired across all topics. We need to keep the momentum going during this period. Think about exercising or going to the gym. If you just stop going to the gym for 2-3 weeks, getting back into the swing of things is really difficult. That first few sessions, those first few sessions back, it is very hard to get yourself there. But once you get going, you're fine. So now that you've already got strong momentum post-trials, rather than just letting all of the hard work and all of the firing that you've done in your brain around those topics, let's keep the momentum up. I would suggest mind maps would be your best way to keep your brain ready and maintain that momentum from your trial exams. Mind map after mind map, quotes from memory. And of course, the big one that is probably a less appealing task, but that is overcoming the challenges and the weaknesses identified from your trial exams. So that's a big one, obviously. Typing up your essays, getting them into the markers, reworking essays if you need to, attempting more practice questions in weaker topics. But I think that if you are complementing that or concurrently working on maintaining the momentum around getting your brain fired and wired across all topics, that will give you the momentum and the foundation to be able to move forward with overcoming the weaknesses identified from the trials. Keep coming to your sessions, because then we're keeping you in the game. And as I said, post-graduation, we're going to need to ramp it up again, because 50% of your marks are still up for grabs. So this period immediately after post-trials is really just about staying in the game as opposed to flatlining. And then once we're flatlined, well, then it's going to be much more difficult to get moving again. So I hope that's helped. I'll create some more videos in the coming weeks to keep you guys on track so that you can conquer Mount HSC and finish with zero regrets. If you've got any questions, book a call with me. I'd love to have a chat with you to talk about how to stay motivated, the strategy post-trials. But otherwise, I hope some of those tips have been helpful. Thanks very much, and let's climb.